In this video, we will be solving one question from recording of transaction second, and question number that is 9 we will be doing, because question number 1 we have done and almost all the question are almost similar. So this question number 9 is, since it is related to double column cash flow, that is why we are doing that, because earlier we have done a simple cash flow. So now in this question we will be doing question number 9, because that is a double column cash flow, and the format of the cash flow is already I have drawn here. I will be solving the question, and you have to go through and NCERT book and see how the question will be solved. First of all, the double column cash flow is to be prepared, and the year is mentioned here, August 2017. That is for the month of August 2017 we have to prepare this cash flow. So first of all, in the date column we will be writing here 2017. In this credit side also 2017. One more thing is to be kept in mind, that in some books maybe the year may be, instead of 2017 it can be 18 also, or it can be 2015 or 16 also. So it will be irrelevant if the year is there in 2016 or 2014. So you can write 2014 or 16, whatever is given in the question. Dates will remain almost the same, I think, if you go through the previous books. So first of all, on 1st of August, the balance, that is the cash in hand, cash at bank is given, that is the balance brought down. Means in the previous month, that is on 31st of August, the balance would have been 17,500 and 5,000 respectively for cash in hand and cash at bank. So on 1st of August, the balance brought down will be, that is on the debit side it will be, because this cash in hand as well as cash at bank are assets, and assets are debit balances. So the balance will be written in the debit side of the cash book, that is on 1st of August 1. To balance brought down 17,500 and 5,000. These were the two balances brought down. And next is goods purchased for cash. Since goods are being purchased for cash, so there will be payment will be obviously will be there, and cash will be going out of the business. So on the credit side, since cash is going out of the business, and the entry will be for this purchases will be, you can say, debited, and it will be written in the credit side because cash will be going out. If cash goes out, this payment will be done, so it will be written in the cash column. It is 5,000, that is 3,000 in the cash which is going on account of purchases. By purchases we will be writing, because when goods are purchased, purchases account is written, and when goods are sold, sales account is written. And the date is August 3rd. Next is received check from Jasmeet. One check has been received from Jasmeet. Important thing to know regarding this check is that the check has been received, and again on 10th the same check is being deposited into bank. So important thing regarding this is, when check is received and it is not deposited in the bank on the same day, then it is treated as cash. Simply, when check is received and it is not deposited bank in the same day, then it is treated as cash received. Simply, it is treated as cash received. Means if check is received and it is not bank, or it is not deposited into the bank the same day, it is treated as if cash is received. So when check is received, on 5th check is received. On 5th of August, check is received, so we will be treating this as cash received, and it will be returned in the cash column, that is receipt column. And the amount received is 10,000. And this check is received from Jasmeet. So we will be writing here to Jasmeet account. Next is on 8th, the goods are sold. If goods are sold, then obviously cash will be coming into the business. Again, there will be increase in the cash. So it will be written in the debit side of that is the receipt side. It will be written 7,000, and this is receipt on account of sales. So we will be writing to sales account, and date is 8th of August. Again on 10th, the check is deposited into bank. Just now I told you, when check is received and it is not deposited into the bank the same day, it is treated as if cash is received. And now when this check will be deposited into bank, so it will be treated as cash is going out, and bank balance will increase. So when bank balance increases, entry is bank account debit. and cash will be going out, so cash will be credited to cash account, and the check was of 10,000. 10,000 check. Now here see what is happening. Cash and bank is involved in the same transaction. In a single transaction, cash and bank is involved. Whenever cash and bank is involved, this type of transaction is known as, this entry is known as contra entry. This type of entry where cash and bank both are involved in a single transaction, this type of entry is known as a contra entry. Means this will be recorded in the cash book. Means it will be debited as well as credited. For this, the debit as well as credit, both the debit aspect and the credit aspect will be written in the cash book itself. So this entry will not be transferred to any other account, because all the remaining entries which we have written here, that will be, or we will be writing here, that will be transferred to their respective account, that is to Jasmeet account. Here we have written in the cash book, it will be transferred to Jasmeet account also. Sales will be transferred to sales account also. Similarly, purchase will be transferred to purchase account. But this bank and cash, these are both here itself. A bank account is also there, bank and cash column both are here itself. So it will not be transferred to any other account, and this type of entry is known as contra entry. And for this type of entry, in the ledger folio column, C is written for contra entry. Now see how it will be written. Bank account is being debited, so it will be written in the debit side of bank column, debit side. Bank column, debit side, it will be written as 10,000, and why it will be written as to cash. Bank is debited and cash will be credited to cash account. This is on 10th. Again, cash is credited also, so it will be written in the cash column also. In the cash column, in the credit side of cash column. This is cash column, credit side it will be written 10,000. And here we will be writing by bank account. By bank account, that is on August 10. Now, since this is a contra entry, for this C will be written in the folio column, that is contra entry, means debits as well as credit of this transaction is appearing in this cash book itself. Now again, on 12th, goods purchased and paid by check. Now goods are being purchased. If you are purchasing goods, then you are making payment through check also. So payment, it will be recorded in the payment side because you are paying check. So in the cash book on 12th you are paying through check on account of purchases. So we will be writing by purchases account. By purchases account, and amount is here 20,000. 20,000 in the bank column we will be writing. Now, as you know, in the credit side, whatever is written in the receipts, in the payment side, it should be preceded or prefix should be by, and in case of debit side, that is on the receipt side, it should be whatever account we are writing, that should be written with a prefix to also. Now, 15. Paid establishment expenses through bank, that is check has been, through check it is paid. Again it will be written, since you are making payment through check, so on the payment side in the bank column it will be written, and the charges is 1,000. 1,000 charges, and it is on account of establishment expenses, by establishment expenses. Establishment expenses. Next is cash sales, means you are selling goods and receiving cash. If you are receiving cash or getting cash, so it will be written in the receipt side in the cash column. How much cash you are getting? That is 7,000 on account of sales. To sales we are writing because we are getting this cash on account of sales, and it is on 18th. It is on 18th. On 15th it was establishment expenses. Again 20th. Deposited into bank. Now simply it is given deposited into bank. What will be deposited into bank? Obviously check will be deposited into bank, or you can say check cash will be deposited in bank. So as we know, if check is deposited, or you can say cash is simply nothing is given, it means here cash is deposited. When cash is deposited into bank, the entry is bank account debit to cash, and here the amount how much is the deposit? 10,000. 10,000 is being deposited, so entry will be bank account debit. Since bank account is being debited, so on the debit side in the bank column it will be written. Debit side, bank column it will be written to cash. Cash is going out and it is being deposited into bank. It is on 20th. And similarly, cash will also be credited. So on the since cash is credited in the credit column of in the cash column in the credit side, it will be written also. 10,000 will be written in the cash column in the credit side. Here it will be written by bank account. This cash is going out on account of this. Bank is cash is being deposited again. Here the bank and cash is involved. So for this, it is a contra entry. It will see will be written in the ledger folio column. On 24, paid trade expenses. Again, some expenses are being made. That is, payment is made. So it will be written in the payment side, and trade expenses is being. If nothing is mentioned regarding check or cash, so we will be assuming that this is a cash transaction. So it will be written in the cash column itself. The paid trade expenses is 500. 500 by trade expenses. By trade expenses. Date is 24th. Next is 27. Received commission by check. Check is being received. Now here check is received. So we will assume here that the check has been deposited into bank in the same date. We will assume that the check has been deposited into bank, and for this a note can be mentioned that the check is, it is assumed that the check has been deposited into bank the same day, although it is not mentioned. Received commission by check. This commission was received, and this commission was received through check. So on 27, that is, since it is received through check, it will be written in the bank column. That is, the amount is received commission, that is 6,000 is the commission. 6,000 will be written in the bank column on 27th. On 27th, and to commission. This amount is being received on account of commission. Again, rent is paid. On 29th, rent is paid. Again, payment is being made. So it will be written in the payment side, and if nothing is mentioned, it is cash, or you can say check. So we will assume it is a cash transaction. That is, rent is paid, 2,000 is being paid. 2,000 will be going out of the business on account of rent. By rent, we will be writing by rent account. That is on 29th. Then on 30th, withdrew cash for personal use. Cash is being withdrawn. Cash is being withdrawn for personal use. So we will assume that this is a drawing. Cash is being withdrawn. So this is a drawing. Means there will be some money going out of the business. That is, payment will be made. Some payment will be made, and drawing. This drawing is by the owner. If it is nothing is mentioned, who can draw the money from the bank, from the business? Obviously, the owner can only withdraw money. So this will be considered as a drawing. And since if the money is being withdrawn, the balance of cash will decrease. So it will be written in the payment side. That is, amount of 1,200 is being withdrawn. So we will write it by drawing. By drawing account 1,200, and it is on 30. Last is salary paid 6,000. Salary is being paid. Again, payment is made, so it will be written in the payment side. Nothing is mentioned regarding check or bank, through check or through cash. So it will be assumed that this is a cash transaction. 6,000 will be written, that is going out of the business on account of salary. By salary account. By salary account. That is 31st. Now, this is the double column cash flow. Here balancing will not be done. As I have told you earlier also, that cash and bank, cash both are assets. Both are assets. Cash as well as bank both are assets, but bank is a personal account also. The balance of cash can go into negative. The balance of bank can go into negative. That is, overdraft is possible. But in case of cash, there will be no overdraft, or you can say it will have only positive balance. That is, assets have only positive balance. Assets can have only positive balances. That is, only debit balances. That is, assets can have only debit balances. Means debit side, debit balance means debit side will be moved. Credit balance means credit side is moved. So here cash will always have debit balance. That is, debit side will be moved. So we will be totaling the debit side first of all. Let us see what is the total of the debit side first of all. 70,500 plus 10, 27,000 plus 7, 27 plus 7, 34 plus 7, 41,500 is the total. 41,500. Let us see the total of this side also. 5,000 plus 10 plus 10 plus 6, 10 plus 10, 20 plus 6, 26 plus 5, 31,000. 31,000 is the total receipt and payment through bank is 21,000. The total of this is 20 plus 30 plus 31,000. 31,000. Now let us see the balance of this. First of all, take total balance of bank column. The debit side is 31,000. This much amount has been received we have in the bank, and out of this 31,000, 21,000 has been paid. Payment has been made 20. So how much balance will be left? Obviously 31,000 minus 21,000. 10,000 will be left. This will be, you can say, in order to, now if you do the total here, we will be writing here 21,000. First here it is 31, here it is 21. But it should both be equal. Both the balances of the bank as well as the cash should be equal. In order to make the balance equal, 10,000 will be written here. 10,000 will, so that it also becomes 31,000. Now this will be carried to the next period. That is on 31st. This is the salary again. On 31st, by balance it will be written as by balance carried down. Means after 31st of August, the balance of this will be carried down to the next month, that is after August, September. That is on 1st September, this much balance will have in the bank. That is, it will be carried forward, that is, it will be carried to the next month, that is 10,000 will be carried on 1st of September. Similarly, the total of cash book is, the cash column is 41,500, and here the total of cash column, that is credit side is 10 plus 8, 13,000 plus 10, 23, 23 plus 2, 25, 26, 26 plus 6, 32,000, and this 500, 32,500. This is the total 41,500. Credit side total is 32,700. Now come, what is the balance? 15 minus 7, 8, 10 minus 2, 8, 0, 8,800. This one is the balance. 41,500 was cash which we had, and out of this 32,700 has been paid. That is the payment side. So balance will be left will be 8,800. So again here we will write it, because if you do the total of these all these things, it will come to 32,700. But here the cash column on the debit side is 41,000. It is more. So in order to make the balance equal, 8,800 will be written here also. Now it will 41,500, and again this cash balance will also be carried forward. Both the cash as well as the bank balance of 31st August will be carried to the next period, that is the next month, and it will be 8,800 for cash balance and 10,000 for the bank balance. It will be carried to the next period, that is on 1st of September 2017. Next, in the next video we will solve one more question of cash flow. That is the next question we are doing.